Hi, what I'm about to show you is the Profi King Plus from Zyliss of Switzerland. It's a multi-purpose clamping system that you can set up anywhere you've got a job on. It'll go on any bench or ledge from 15 to 65 mil. The wing nuts lock it into place. Now the first thing you'll notice about this tool, it has a quick release for easy adjustment. But unlike a normal vise, which only grips in your top jaws, this one comes with another set down below so you can leave your material flat on the bench. The beauty of that, if you're doing any joinery work, within seconds you've got both bits squared up, locked off and ready to be doweled or screwed together. Now it makes a little difference whether you're doing butt joints or miter joints. You can set up your T sections, and the top jaws are designed to grip slightly before the bottom ones, so you can even set up an awkward offset without mucking around with G-clamps or wedges. Plus, you can get your angle spot on every time. But maybe you want to sand or plane right across the top of that timber. These jaws are in the way, so what we do is simply turn the whole thing upside down, reverse our clamps, and there's another set of flush mounted jaws underneath for holding material while you run right through. Now it only takes finger pressure so you won't damage that timber, but if you do want to run down the thin face or you're working with particularly soft pieces, we give you little broad jaws which give you a better grip and also protect your softer bits while you run right through. Maybe though you want to hang on to big bits of sheeting or planking. Instead of yelling out to someone else or getting your knee up on it, we give you an end stock which gives you a fixed jaw to work against. Simply lock that off anywhere along the length of your bench, but this time throw your clamp in between your two jaws, and now what we've got is a fully expandable vise. It'll hold your length of timber while you rip down with a skill saw, sand or plane or route across the top, or set your joinery work up to any width you want to go to. You want to run down the thin face, pop it into place, and suddenly you've got a lot more capability than any other bench vise or clamp's been able to give you. What about some awkward shapes though? No doubt some of you work with furniture, turned wood, gun stocks. For these tricky pieces, we give you two centres. So just as quickly, no matter what sort of job you do, we can lock them into place. So here's a tool that'll hold virtually any shape, any size, anywhere you work. Now that's the beauty of the Zyliss. You're not restricted to your workshop. You can throw it on the back of the ute, put it on the side of your boat, or just on a bit of 4x2. Now, this way round on a 4x2, what I've made is a sash cramp. A sash cramp that can be opened to any width you require. If we flip around on our piece 4x2, what we now have is a hand jack. And we can use this for lifting beams, clamping up floorboards, any general sort of expansion work you may want to do. Now, if you want to use this tool as a pipe clamp, these little clamps that hold the vise on the bench are excellent up to about 25 mil. Hook them into place, and the tighter you do them up on the bench, the tighter they come down onto the pipe. If you want to hold bigger than 25, back to your main jaws which open to just over 200 mil. Now on its own, that's probably the best little G-clamp you'll ever own. Quick and easy to set up. It only weighs 3 kilograms, that tool, yet if you load it evenly, top to bottom, you can generate a maximum jaw pressure of up to half a ton. The reason it's so light and strong, it's made out of a high-grade magnesium hardened alloy, the same material they make modern aircraft structure out of. Spring steel, it's all made in Switzerland, and everything I've shown you comes with a 5-year guarantee against corrosion, damage or breakage. Let's hook it back on the bench though, and the last few bits in the kit, starting with the jaw covers. First of all, they give you soft jaw covers which give you protection if you're working with more delicate pieces you don't want to damage. Hard jaw covers. If you're hammering, hacksawing or grinding, save you damaging your precision jaws, they'll protect your vise. And we give you tube jaws. Now how often have you wanted to hang on to pieces of dowel, PVC piping, even your fishing rods and your golf clubs will go in these jaws. They're also ideal for bone carvers and model makers. Now in fact there's not much you can't hang on to with this tool. You can even get your electric drill in it and turn the whole thing into a simple drill press. Or mount your electric drill horizontally. Now put it back on the bench this way, and all you've got to do is pop a sanding disc or a grinding wheel on that drill, and you've got yourself a little portable bench grinder, polishing, buffing, sharpening, or run your timber right through for sanding. Right, the last bit in the kit to finish off is the turntable. The turntable's for those of you that often get stuck working in an awkward position. If you're a carver, if you work with tricky machinery or do awkward saw cuts, hook it on the bottom, the wing nuts hold it tight, but this time just throw your clamp on one peg. Now what we have is the only vise available on the market that can be set up at any angle you require. First of all, do it up loosely, and while it sits there loosely you can rotate it up to 90 degrees backwards. Big bits of framing, the likes of a bicycle. You can lock it off at any angle in between. If that's not enough adjustment, here's a further 90 on the diagonal as well. So now we can hold our awkward shapes or carvings and keep our work upright, and a good example of what you might use it for, if you've ever done a compound miter before, that's a double diagonal saw cut, here's a tool that allows you to hold your material so that your hand saw runs vertical instead of sawing in the awkward position. The Trophy King Plus, it's a workshop in a box, makes joinery work far quicker. Use it for grinding, use it for ripping. You can even get your bike in this tool. It's for planing, sanding, routing, sawing, and it's the best G-clamp you'll ever own. Okay, so that's how the system works, makes all of those jobs a lot easier no matter where you work. The whole lot all comes to you in a box this size, so it's easy to cart about. And by the way, if you've forgotten half of that lot, there's a full set of instructions and diagrams on how to run the machine, your 5-year guarantees on the back. It's the extra pair of hands you always needed.